Hello guys, welcome to my channel and welcome to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to be exposing some things I found weird about Kenya, especially Nairobi in particular, because that was where I was going to and I was familiar with for over the course of over 90 days that I spent in Kenya. I was presented with the opportunity of going to Mombasa, but when I saw that it was very far from Nairobi, hours and hours, and not only that, it was pretty hot too. Sorry, I had to pass. But when my colleagues came back from their journey and they were gisting and telling me all the fun they had there and how wonderful their trip was, believe me, it still haunts me to this day. I still pinch myself like, why didn't I even make an effort to go to that place? Why didn't I just go? But Nairobi, on the other hand, there was nowhere I didn't go. There was nowhere I didn't tour around. I went as far as Toy Market. I went thrifting, right? I think Toy Market is mostly known for thrift materials. I went to barter stores. One thing I know definitely that Kenya has more than Nigeria's are malls, lots and lots of malls everywhere. Every corner you turn to, every commercial area, there is one particular mall or several, even multiple malls at a place. It's all the waka waka about I did find some weird things in Nairobi. Strange, I might say, because there are things that I can't really explain. Even though weird, some are actually pretty bad and others are just mild. While there are like two of the things I'm going to be mentioning that I just don't even like at all. The first one I discovered in Nairobi, or one of the strange things I discovered about Nairobi, it's common among both males and females, especially the ones I encountered, and it is this. It was such a shock to me because I didn't mean I saw only one case. I would say maybe it's just that person that this particular thing happened to. Just that particular person that didn't take care of that it. I don't mean that it's just as regular as anything. When I began seeing it left, right, and center, even to close friends and people I later actually met, I was like, this is pretty strange. It's so common that I just had to find out the reason why. So I later found someone that wasn't affected by it, and I got to ask the person so that it would not sound insensitive. I made sure I asked someone that wasn't affected by this particular thing I'm talking about. The person told me that it's not all over Kenya, that there are some particular people that comes from some specific place that this particular situation used to happen to, and that is the water in that area that caused it. I don't know how true this is. Please, if you know any other reasons why, or if you think maybe what I'm saying is not as correct as such like that because of what people I met told me, please leave some of the reasons down in the comments, because it's actually very much prevalent. When the person told me, I was like, wow, well, people learn every day. How accurate is it actually? Because one thing that bothered me is, since they know that maybe it's a water in one area that is causing that particular problem, can't the government just make a move to correct that kind of a thing? Maybe to just treat the water or do something or provide to them a better alternative, or is that how it will continue? But as time goes on, it seemed as if I was the only one faced by it, because Kenyans do not really care. They are so used to it. It's just like a normal way or normal part of life to them. Me, on the other hand, I do it unconsciously, that when I'm having conversation with someone that has that kind of a thing, my eyes tend to go there often, even though I don't mean to. Is it really the water though, or another thing? The second one, I will just briefly talk on it because this is pretty much uncomfortable for me to say. In fact, I wanted to remove it from this video I'm doing, but I think the curious cat in me couldn't just overlook it or something like that. I noticed this happen especially to ladies that are endowed in their derriere. I saw a lot of this, a whole lot. And for the fact that I was expecting some kind of skinny, really black type of people because of the misconception I had of Kenya before traveling, let's just say I was surprised by the amount of endowed ladies that had knocked knees. Maybe it just come with the package. I don't know. That said, the third one is the amount of tea people really actually drink. There's no time of the day Kenyans do not take tea. Morning, afternoon, night, just like the Westerner, just like the Europeans. I don't really get it though. I'm tempted to say Kenya is likely even the most European African country. Let me just say maybe after Morocco. Let's just put after Morocco, because Morocco is literally beside Italy, or very close to Italy, if I might say so. So this tea thing, how did it come about? And I don't mean hot choco or chocolate drink, because in Nigeria, that's what most people likely refer to as tea. I'm talking about the leaf tea kind of thing. The reason why I said this is absurd is that I went to a cave-like place. It's meant to be like a tourist center. There are animals, there, river, and there's also a massive tea plantation. It is hectares and hectares of tea plants, different kind. This is not ordinary. Is it food? Oh, it was so strange to me, honestly. The next one, I don't want you guys, my Kenyan friends, my Kenyan community, my correct people on here to get offended. I just want some explanations, some analysis on how it comes about. The least thing you can do is to explain why it's like that. You know, I watched one of Trudy's video where she interviewed a Nigerian lady, I mean Miss Trudy. She was telling the Nigerian lady, what an accent you have. In my mind, I'm like, so Kenyans think Nigerian's accent is funny or cute? At least it's good grammar. What the heck is, how is you? How is you? The first time I heard it, I'm like, what again? It's over. It's literally over. You mean how are you? That's like the correct way to say it, right? Or maybe I don't know grammar anymore. I might even think maybe it's people that are not that learned that are saying it. But no, everywhere you go, random people, even both literate, illiterate, even teachers, lecturers in school, randomly they'll just tell you, how is you? Like, it's a normal way of greeting there. How is you? How is you? Yeah, weird and funny. So I'll just say, Sasa, how is you? And lots of expressions just like that. Like when someone wants to compliment you, in Nigeria here now, we do say you look beautiful, you look cute, you're handsome, depending on the type of compliment the person fits. But in Kenya, no matter how you look, no matter how they want to describe you, no matter how you dress, every compliment starts and ends with, you are so smart. You look beautiful equals to you are so smart. You look cute equals to you are so smart. You are so intelligent equals to you are so smart. But I mean, at least that one is grammatically correct. Which of the tribes calls against? You are against me I'm against you, and so on and so forth. I think Kikuyus do that. I'm not so sure. My last video, I mentioned that I encountered someone that Otieno or something like that told me that there's a mystery behind Kenya Samosa. What he told me was that most samosas on the street, the fillings, the meat inside, mostly cat meat, which someone even confirmed down in the comment section of my previous video. I was like, so, because, and I didn't even mention it in that my previous video, but that means it's common knowledge. And I told you guys I had quite a lot of samosas in Kenya. Meanwhile, I didn't buy the one on the street. So I go to restaurants, reputable cafes to get my own samosa, because I would have been so traumatized. You mean cat meat? It better just remain a mystery, because, or a myth. It can't be cat meat, right? Even though it's a common knowledge, I said I'm just going to chip it in here for explanation or confirmation. Because what? I guess I've just been pounding you guys for like the minute past of this video, and I'm going to be chipping this one right here. It's on a light note, it's on a lighter mood. So if you have been vexing, if you have been getting annoyed, as far as this video is concerned, you reach this place, I'm just going to try to give you one exercise right now. Can you Kenyans try to pronounce the short version of this name? Well, I'm waiting. You probably said Manu, right? Meanwhile, in Nigeria, we shorten it to Ima. So imagine when I first heard it, I was like, Manu. A friend of mine was actually burying that name over there. And I was like, when someone in there called him Manu, I was like, why are you calling him Manu? Like, it sounded alike in my ears. Well, Ghanaians used to make fun of Nigerians for having the most basic names, like the most unexpected names ever. Like you will hear wisdom, divine, mercy, you will hear God's power, you will hear God's will. I believe Kenyans too make fun of Nigerians for those kind of names, until I heard someone bearing Scholastic. I heard that name firstly in Kenya. Later on, even in Nigeria, I heard another person being called Scholastic, and I was like, maybe it's not so uncommon as I thought, but I remember that I heard it first in Kenya. It sounded weird though, Scholastic. I remember another place I went to was Rongai or something like that. I think I kind of like the buildings in that area. Lastly, on my list for today, before we go to another video, my next video is going to be about, let me just keep it a secret, because that one too is going to be so packed. I have a lot of video ideas that I'm coming up with and I feel like you guys will be able to enlighten me more on some things I don't understand and some things I'm trying to find explanation to. Every big cities, every country's capital, especially if the particular capital is already big, expect some crimes or so. Like in Paris now, France, some tourists do complain of pickpockets. In fact, it's rampant, just daylight robbery. New York in US, lots of crime do go on there too, especially in the subway. I'm not quite surprised that Nairobi has quite an unhealthy amount of daylight pickpocketing and robbery. If you don't keep your things well, your handset, your phone, your bags, your money, it's a goner. What actually shocked me is that the biggest slum in Africa is supposedly in Nairobi, though some people are saying that it's not true. These are the things I feel I found weird and strange, among others, that I saw on the streets of Nairobi. I experienced culture shocks. We're talking about culture shocks, then you will say maybe driving on the left side while Nigeria drives on the right side, or vice versa, or something like that. But these things are just outright strange. Like, I've not seen them before. Thanks for watching to this point. If you have any video ideas for me, leave it down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching once again. Asante sana, and I see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.